Hey, it's really late. I don't even know what time it is anymore. I checked my phone earlier, but I've stopped looking. Time feels kind of irrelevant when you're lying in bed, staring into the dark. I tried to sleep. I really did. I turned the lights off, pulled the blanket up, closed my eyes, did the whole routine like it was supposed to work, but my brain didn't get the memo. So here I am, sitting up, talking quietly, because somehow this feels easier than silence. I'm 21 and I feel like I should be better at this by now, sleeping, shutting things off, being normal at night. But honestly, nights have always been strange for me. Even when I was a kid, I remember lying in bed, listening to the house, the fridge humming, someone shifting in another room, the sound of life continuing while I was supposed to rest. I think that's when I learned that night isn't really empty, it's just quieter. Right now, I'm sitting on my bed, back against the headboard. I didn't even bother changing out of the sweater I wore all evening. It's soft, a little oversized, one of those things you keep wearing even though you probably should wash it more often. My room is dark except for a small light across the room. Not bright enough to wake me up, just enough to remind me where I am. I like that kind of lighting, nothing harsh, nothing demanding attention. Today was normal, and I think that's part of the problem. No big highs, no big lows, just a collection of small moments that didn't go anywhere. I went out earlier, ran a few errands, saw people, talked, laughed when it was expected, and now that everything is quiet, my brain keeps replaying it all. Not in a dramatic way, just gently poking at memories. Why did I say that? Why didn't I say this? Did that moment even matter? I know it probably didn't, but my mind doesn't seem convinced. I don't talk about this much, but I've always been someone who thinks after, not during, after. During the day, I'm fine, present enough, functional, but at night, everything catches up. It's like my thoughts have been waiting politely all day, and the second I lie down, they're like, okay, now it's our turn. I live alone right now, small place, nothing fancy. Some nights I like it, the quiet, the freedom to exist without being perceived. Other nights, it feels a little too quiet. That's probably why I started talking like this, out loud, to no one, or maybe to someone. It makes the room feel less empty. I don't really know who's listening to this, and honestly, I don't need to. You could be half asleep. You could be using this as background noise. You could have clicked this by accident. It doesn't matter. I'm not here to hold your attention. I'm just filling the space. Earlier tonight, I made myself tea. I forgot about it and let it go cold. I always do that. I'll make something with the intention of slowing down and then immediately get distracted by my own thoughts. I stood in the kitchen, mug in my hands, just staring at nothing for a while. I wasn't sad. I wasn't happy either. Just suspended. I think that's a feeling people don't talk about enough, that in-between state, not struggling, not thriving, just existing somewhere in the middle. That's been me lately. I've been thinking a lot about what it means to be 21. It sounds young when you say it out loud, and it is. But it also feels like this weird in-between age, not a teenager anymore, not really an adult either. You're expected to have opinions, plans, direction, but no one really tells you how to get there. And at night, when everything slows down, that uncertainty gets louder. Sometimes I wonder if everyone feels this way and just doesn't say it, or if it's just me. During the day, it's easy to pretend you know what you're doing. Everyone does. But at night, there's no one to perform for, just you, and whatever thoughts didn't get processed yet. If you're listening to this while trying to sleep, I hope you're not putting pressure on yourself to stay awake. You don't have to follow my voice. You don't have to make sense of anything I'm saying. You can let my words blur together. You can miss entire minutes. That's okay. I'm not building toward anything here. There's no conclusion coming, no big realization. This is just me, talking because sleep didn't show up when I asked it to. My eyelids are starting to feel heavier now. Not heavy enough to sleep yet, but heavier than before. That's progress, I guess. My thoughts feel slower too, less sharp around the edges, like they're getting tired of themselves. I think that's usually how it goes. The more you stop fighting the night, the more it softens. And talking like this helps, at least for me. I don't know how long I'll keep going tonight. Maybe a while longer, maybe not. For now, I'm just here. And that feels enough. I stayed quiet for a moment, longer than I thought I would. Silence doesn't feel as uncomfortable now. It feels softer, like it's not asking anything from me anymore. I'm lying back again, not fully flat, just enough to feel the mattress under me. My room feels different when I'm talking less, like it's listening too. Or maybe that's just my tired brain imagining things. I've always liked this part of the night, the moment when you're not fully awake anymore, but not asleep either. Everything feels slightly unreal, like the edges of things blur a little. Thoughts don't hit as hard. They kind of float. Earlier today, I was thinking about how much of my life exists only in my head. All the things I never say out loud. All the reactions I swallow. All the versions of conversations that only ever happen internally. Sometimes I wonder how quiet I would be if my thoughts weren't so loud. I don't think I'm someone who needs a lot of attention. I've never been the loudest person in the room, never the one taking up space on purpose. I'm more comfortable observing, listening, being slightly on the outside. At night, that part of me feels more visible. I remember when I first started talking to myself like this, not recording, just whispering into the dark. It felt silly at first, like something I wasn't supposed to do. But it also felt calming, like letting pressure out slowly instead of all at once. I think a lot of us carry more than we realize during the day. Small things, unfinished thoughts, tiny worries that don't feel important enough to address. And then night comes, and suddenly there's room for them. I'm not trying to solve anything tonight. I don't want to analyze myself. I don't want to figure out what any of this means. I just want to exist quietly for a bit. If you're still listening, your breathing might already be slower. Or maybe you're barely aware of this anymore. Either way is fine. Sometimes I imagine my voice as something soft moving through the room. Not something you have to hold on to, just something passing by, like air through an open window. My phone is on the other side of the room now. I didn't want it near me. Even the idea of notifications feels too loud at this hour. The world can wait, just for a little while. I don't know what tomorrow looks like yet, and honestly, I don't need to know right now. Tomorrow belongs to a different version of me, a more awake one, a more functional one. Right now, I'm just this version, tired, quiet, half dreaming. I think that's something I'm slowly learning. You don't have to be everything all the time. It's okay to be unfinished, especially at night. My thoughts are starting to loop less. They come and then they go. I don't chase them anymore. If you're trying to fall asleep, you don't need permission. You can let go in the middle of a sentence. You can drift off without warning. Nothing bad will happen if you stop paying attention. I'm lowering my voice even more now. Not on purpose. It's just happening. My body is finally winning the argument. I think I'll keep talking for a little bit longer, but slower, with more space between words. So if you're still awake, you don't have to hold on much longer. There's something comforting about knowing this moment doesn't need to be remembered, that it can just dissolve into sleep. No record, no meaning, no takeaway, just rest. My eyes are closed now. I can still talk like this. I don't need to see anything. Dark feels safe tonight. If you're already asleep, then this is just sound, and that's enough. I think I'm going to let my voice fade a little, not end abruptly, just fade. Thank you for being here, or for drifting away. Both are okay. Good night.